Well, today we are just catching up with Michelle Hayes. She wants to tell us a little bit more about the Clothes Bank project. So, Michelle, tell us about the Clothes Bank.
So we started the Clothes Bank in 2016 when the refugees arrived in the area. The reason for it was I was aware that when people were asking for clothes prior to this, we generally just gave people a bag of things, and they weren't always the right things or the right what people needed or the right size or their taste or that kind of thing. So the idea behind the Clothes Bank is to give people dignity by giving them a choice in what they are able to wear, even if they are on a very low income and unable to buy their own clothes. So after we'd sorted out the refugees, it was expanded to anybody on a low income. And we've been based at McCarthy Storage World with the Canaan Warehouse. But obviously with lockdown, we're not letting clients into the warehouse at the moment. So the solution at the moment has been to try and get people in, get the volunteers into the warehouse to collect, to get things out that people have asked for. So, for example, size age 6 girls summer clothes, that kind of thing. Because I was aware through the Resurrected Bites deliveries that we were doing that people were really in such dire needs, and I was thinking how many of those families are not going to have the money to be able to buy summer clothes for their kids who've obviously grown out of the previous year's clothes.
Yeah.
So we've had a lot of requests for clothes, and just trying to get enough people. We've still got a bit of sorting to do at the warehouse from pre-lockdown. We had quite a lot of stock in there that hasn't been sorted yet, but we've also got a lot of stock that has been sorted. So we're trying to get the rest of the stock sorted, and we're trying to get stuff out to people. But the gaps that we know of, we're just asking on our Facebook page if people have those items and can they drop them off. So the challenges for me at the moment are that quite a few of the volunteers that would normally help haven't been able to help during this period. So we're very short staffed, and we also have the additional challenge that of having nowhere really to drop clothes off for donations. So at the moment it's going to be my house, which is not ideal because I would like to take a holiday at some point before I drop from exhaustion. So yes, I'm looking for St Mark's to see if anybody, particularly a community, would like to get involved with taking this on and leading this, because I had planned to hand the Clothes Bank over to another organisation, but they've decided that they can't take that on. And obviously I'm just way too busy with everything else that's going on to carry on doing this and Resurrected Bites. So my plea is to St Mark's communities: if you don't have a mission focus yet and you feel that God is calling you to this, please can you pray about it and see whether you can help, because we have got some volunteers that are still active who would obviously we'd encourage to join your community, but the main needs at the moment are, as I say, people to go into the warehouse to help with sorting, to find the items that we need, and then to get them to the people that are asking for them. So when we were based at St Mark's, I was sending the requests out with the food deliveries, because we were delivering to the same areas every day. But now that we've moved to Gracious Street, we've got a smaller space, and so I can't have the clothes at Gracious Street as well as the food, because I can't keep them separate. So ideally I need people who can actually deliver the clothes as well now as well, or at least work out a mechanism for getting them to the people who are delivering the food at Res Bites without it persisting at Gracious Street for too long. Obviously we also are going to need help with fundraising. So at the moment we're based at the Canaan Warehouse, which costs £2,000 a month for the rent, which seems like a huge amount of money, but the reality is that's actually the cheapest that we've been able to find. It works out at £5 a square foot, because we're co-located with the Canaan Warehouse, who do the furniture and the household goods. So I have looked at other options and I just haven't been able to find anything cheaper. I am looking at another option at the moment, which would be a lot cheaper, but would only be a temporary solution. So we are at the situation now where we're going to have to decide whether we have to close the closed bank, which would be a real shame, because there is so much need at the moment, with all that's happened with COVID. A lot of people have lost their jobs. Yeah. A lot of people are struggling with their mental health, and being able to provide food and clothes has, you know, been a huge thing for those families that we've been able to help, to alleviate some of the stress and pressures that they're feeling financially, and just the struggles that they're facing day to day, with their kids not being able to fit the clothes that they need to wear. So I'm sure none of us want to see the clothes bank close. So it'd be great if people could pray about whether you feel God's calling you to help with this, whether it's community or whether it's just lots of individuals coming together and possibly even forming a community to do it. That would be great.
Great. So you need someone to take on the overall leadership and organisation of it, volunteers and particularly drivers for distribution, and then also someone to think about whether they could find sources of funding and grants for you. Yeah. And how do they best get in touch with you?
So if you email harrogatekclothes@gmail.com, I'll pick up your emails from there.
That's great. Thank you so much for all you're doing, Michelle. We just so value the work of the Clothes Bank and of Resurrected Bites, and you're just doing incredible work right now. So thank you so much for that. Bless you. Bye. Thanks. For now.
Bye.